out there. My name is Olumide. I'm reporting live for Voice of the Farmer. We are live at Fashola, Avia, Igborosun, Badagry farm. You can see in front of you, you can see one man using cutlass, like in the maize farm now. Definitely, he's the one that is in charge of this farm. Let me say the secretary of maize farmer and the youth leader too. But I wouldn't want to introduce him by myself. I would like him to introduce himself by himself. Now, sir, may we meet you, sir?
I'm by name Prince Abdulmalik Adebola Ashade, the Secretary of Maize Association here in Badagry and also the youth leader of Maize Association in Lagos State.
Fine. Now tell us where we are, because I can see the people can see what big farm behind you. So where are we, sir?
Already we are here in we call this place Production Center of Maize here in Lagos State. The popular name of this place, they call this place Songhai. It's a farm settlement here in Avia that our former governor, the present minister, Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, was the one that brought this place back to limelight. Here today, our sitting governor has given us 100 hectares of land for the purpose of maize revolution.
Sorry, before you go further, you said 100 hectares. Now, if we are going to calculate it by plot, now how many plots is that?
That's 1,500 plots of land here for the sole purpose of planting maize.
Are you serious?
Of course.
1,500 plots of land,
yes,
just
yes.
for planting of maize alone.
Yes. When the sitting president came to office, he discovered that every day they will say they are importing maize, they are importing this, they are importing that. Then he starts a new agricultural revolution. So with that, he's able to speak with state governors, and you can see sometimes ago, Lagos state government was planting rice outside Lagos for Lagos people. But now Lagos state government feel that we have a lot of land here. Why do we have this land and we will not be doing things? So they said, you maize farmers, okay, go and produce for us. And that's why we are here in Avia.
Now that means now we are in maize farm now.
We are in maize farm here in Avia.
Okay, fine. So now, for the purpose of people that doesn't know much about maize farming now, so I would like you to enlighten them. But before we go there, let's just have a stroll. Let's see what we have on the farm for people to know where we are.
Okay. So you can see our maize farm down to the swamp there, over there. You can see down to the manila there. You can see, you cannot even see the end over there. Can you see the end?
No.
You cannot see the end.
So
we have 100 hectares of land here to plant maize.
So how old is this maize now? The one I'm looking at now, this one very close.
This maize here, this land, we planted this place on 14th of October. Yeah, we planted the maize here on 14th of October. So this maize is less than 20 days old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's go through the process now. Let's say as a farmer, or let me say as a new person that wants to go into maize farming. Because let me say, immediately I entered into this farm, I was amazed. I was like, I'll start my own maize farm tomorrow. Because
don't worry. I have the mandate of recruiting 100 maize youth maize farmers in Lagos State.
Lagos State.
I just have that mandate, so you are on my list.
Okay, I'm on the list already. Thank God. Okay, now let's just take us through the process now, and after the process, let's talk about the reason why you think why not going into other farming. We have livestock farming, we have other things, but let's go through the process of maize farming first. Since you are the one in charge of this place, definitely you should be able to take us through the process.
Okay, before I talk about the process of maize farming, let me tell you why maize is very important.
Okay.
If I say I'm a local man, that means I have to take pap. For me to get the pap, I need maize. If you say, now you go guy, I want you. Okay, let me take my cornflakes. Cornflakes is made from what? Corn. If you say you want to give your child golden more is made from what? Corn. If you say you want to give your child coca oat is made from what? Okay. If you now decide that, okay, in my house this morning we have to eat chicken, the feed that chicken eats is made from what? Corn. If you say, okay, me, nah, pig are the real, So what do you use to make the meat for your pig?
Pig.
If you say you are rearing cattle, you are rearing, so partially those people doing animal husbandry, they need us a lot. So the major thing they need to make their feed is from maize. When they do not use maize, that's when they put like wheat to augment. The major source of their own feed is maize. Like the last season we had here, the one we planted in April, that we harvested around September, August, September. So then the person that came to offtake what we have in the farm is a pig farmer.
A pig farmer.
Yes, he came to buy everything we have here. He said, I need to make my feed. He sells feed, he packed it. The last one we did, we have some that came, we were with Nestle. Nestle take part of our produce. So here today, I'm thinking about getting over 100 tons of maize at the end of this season.
At the end of this season.
A ton is 100 kg.
100
over
kg.
100 tons of maize at the end of this season.
You can see how Mr. Ashade is talking with confidence. Definitely, he knows what he's doing.
So now you talk about the process of maize. For you to plant maize, when you have your land, you need to plow the land. You plow, yes.
Okay.
You do double plowing is preferable so that you have a better thing. You plow the land. After plowing, after doing 2 plowing, you harrow. After harrowing the land, the next thing you do is that before you harrow, you can even spray if you are using maybe organic fertilizer, or you are using the synthesized fertilizer. You can spray it to the land, then you harrow to balance everything together. You come in to plant. After planting, 3 weeks thereafter, you do your first weeding.
First weeding.
Okay. And when your maize is like 2 months old, you do the second weeding to make your farm to be neat. Then after 3 months, agbado is ready.
Oh yeah.
Your maize is ready, so you can begin to harvest. It now depends on which type of harvest you want to do. Do you want it still fresh like that, or you want it dried so that you can keep it in your silo?
Now I have a question, sir. Now, looking at the farm now, I don't know, is there any particular let me say measurement, or let me say like techniques for planting the maize now? Probably the space between the maize, like how do you the heap, how does
Of course. You need measurement. Everything is all about measurement. You know, my first experience in farm was in my grandfather's farm when we go home for holidays, you know, salad break, when we go home for long vac and the likes like that. We follow our uncles to the farm and those with my grandfather. I noticed what they do then is, let me show you here.
Okay.
What they do here, I want to show you my leg. When you want to plant maize, having planted one here like this on the ridge, you cover it with the sand, you leave a leg, then you plant the second one, you cover it with the sand, then you continue like that. That's the first thing I learned. But having moved on, we have seen so many modern methods, and those methods are not even far away from what they say now. When you say 70 cm to 1 meter, you can measure with your cutlass. You can see this is where I started from, this is where I stopped from. So what those fathers were even doing with their own method of farming before is not far-fetched from what we are doing now. So just that they are not saying, okay, it has to be 75 cm to 20 cm, this cm to c. Even now, I watched a documentary less than a month ago that they said you just have to plant in about just one inch difference. So, but the space in between, we have to be 1 meter or 3 meters.
Okay.
So as for you to have, depending on the way you understand and the way you feel you can do your thing. That documentary I talked about this from China. You are pressing my message.
Hey, Sorry.
You have just spoiled this one now. Put your camera there.
Emma Bin, sir.
So that's 3,000.
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm very
Okay, so
sorry.
you have to be careful in the farm.
Okay,
So
sir.
when you're in the farm, you have to be careful. You can see this is another plant here. This is
Melon.
melon.
Okay.
This melon, we decide to plant it here. You know, our maize to grow it has to take a lot of nitrogen from the ground. So having take the nitrogen from the ground, we need to return nitrogen naturally aside our fertilizers. So that's why we decided to plant this melon here. So the melon, what the melon will do is that the melon will serve as weed control. It reduces the weed on the ground.
Having reduced naturally the weed, melon spread
on the ground, exactly. It will reduce the weed. Having reduced the weed, the second thing to do for us is to add nitrogen back to the soil. So doing my maize cropping here, my melon does not affect my maize. My melon is giving my ground, my soil, the fertility it needs back, and I'm still having something. So at the end of the time, I can still get some money. I get from the melon. I have some tons of melon too at the end of the season. Having gotten that, then I still have from my maize. So the maize cropping, what I will not plant here is something like cassava and the likes of that. I have to take another nutrient from the ground. So yeah.
You can see Mr. Ashade, I love the way he talks, because definitely when you know what you are doing, you talk with confidence. Definitely you understand the business very well. That is why he's talking about. So now let me now ask about this. That do we have more youths now? You know, now people looking at you now, they know you are still youth now. You see, even don't even mind the beard now. It's still youth or under 27. So now
I'm not under 20.
I was only kidding. Now you know, do you have more youth involvement now? Because I have the chance to mingle with all these livestock farmers. I barely see youth, but now I think we are having more youth involvement in the last. But now, do we have more youth involvement in crop farming now?
We're having youth involvement. This started. I joined the commercial maize farming in 2019. You know, naturally, I'm just used to my own subsistence farming. My landlady has about 3 plots beside our house, so I plant my cassava and maize there and for subsistence. But I discovered that whenever I want to harvest my cassava, that one, you know, if you do you know, if you shop alone, you must sell them. So along that time, I saw people they're talking about anchor borrower. So I joined them. Then I was just two of us were youth. In the group, I see babas of 60, I see babas of 50, I see mamas of 50, 60, 70. I was like, how is it? I'm more agile than them. And we discover when we get to the farm, is me that will do many things at the farm. I was just like, okay, let me bring in my friends. So alhamdulillah, today we have more youth. But the mandate I've been given in Lagos State is to mobilize another 100 youth. Already now in Badagry, I'm having like 20, and I need to spread it over Lagos State. In Igborosun, we have about 15. In Kwe, we have about 22. So being in Badagry, I may have to bring more from Badagry, and in so other areas too, we bring in people. You know, why is it that 3 places I mentioned? Because it's that 3 places that we have land in Lagos. Other places there is no really land there. So it's those 3 places that we have land. We have 100 hectares here. The governor has given us another 500 hectares at Igborosun for maize. 500
hectares,
yes, at Igborosun for maize. So as I'm managing this place, my deputy is managing that one at Igborosun. So and deputy of youth coordinator, you know, it's we youth that we are on the field most. So we still have some farmers. I'll take you around. You see where we are shelling. We are still shelling at the farm today. And we are taking some input that the federal government have sent to us for fertilizer today, so that we spray it on the farm.
This is massive. To be sincere with you, this is big, and as I said earlier, I would love to be part of this, because when it comes to agriculture, I don't joke with it at all. So now, what let me say, good rumors do you have for the government? You know, according to what you have been saying since morning, now you are saying Fashola, you are saying federal government. Definitely, you know, they have really showed interest and they have more input in this now. So what goodwill message do you have for them, and what advice do you have for other youths that are yet to join this call now?
My goodwill message to the federal government is that what you have started is moving. And I pray to Almighty God that our Baba Jagaban comes in to continue with the Agbado revolution that he has talked about. So the goodwill message to the federal government is that the work is going and we get there. To the state government, governor, Mr. Capacity, that's what we call him, Mr. Capacity, Mr. Sanwo-Olu, we say thank you for this. We are doing it as you have directed us, and we continue. So, and to the youth, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè, ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò yí pé o, kò yí pé o. So guys, come to the farm, let's do it. Farm is sweet. You can see that guy over there is an undergraduate of PEFT, that's a monotechnic. He's doing, he's studying, what's that your course? Idowu, what's your course? Mass communication, which aspect? Film and television production, and you can see in the farm, he's an ND2 student, you can see him in the farm spraying. What is he doing? He's weeding. You know, the error of saying that we have to bring O to the farm and what you can do in just 30 minutes, you will still be doing it in 2-3 days. So it's weeding. He is about to finish 1 acre of land, weeding 1 acre of land in less than 30 minutes. So the herbicide is using is to kill the grasses in that farm. So you can see this place was weed after 2 weeks of the planting. So we have weeded it. So we just use hand to do something there. You can see that place too is weeding them with it. It's weeding that place with those herbicide. Like I told you, this one is less than 20 days old, and that one we planted it on 18th of last month. So definitely this one is not up to a year. It's not up to a month. It's about less than 20 days old. The plant there. So in the next 60 days thereabouts, I should be able to have maize that I will give to the community. But mind you, I don't sell my maize dear.
You sell it once.
I don't sell it dear.
Because if you sell it dear, what is the effect of selling dear now?
You know, the effect of selling dear is that I'm missing English with you, but it's good now. So the effect of selling it little by little is that when I have tons of maize, you know, say I should be selling 1 bag. How many people will I attend to? Why is it not that we sell it to those who resell? We are producers. Let's sell it to wholesalers. The wholesalers will sell it to retailers, and retailers will sell it to the user and the final
consumer
or the consumer, as we have it. And we need people. You know, I told you, we are in contract with Nestle, and before we've been selling to individuals. For individuals who need large quantities can come. Feed makers, they can come to pick from the farm too.
How much, let me say averagely, how much do you sell a ton of maize now averagely? Let's say I'm contributing money, I want to come and buy 1 ton of maize, so how much should I be looking at now?
You know, for me, having gotten this land, on 1 hectare of land there, I've spent roughly 200,000 to make this work out.
Hectares of land.
On 1 hectare of land, I've spent over 200 hectares, because to plow the land alone is about 60,000. It's double plow. We did not harrow. I did mean we harrow. You'll have seen that the ground will be leveled.
Okay.
To be just like a bed. We did not harrow this place. For me, just to plow alone, double plow, that's cost me 160,000. We have to weed. We have to plant. It'll be small money. Let's wait and see what the market price is.
So now it was the market. It will be the market price that will determine what we're going to sell.
No, we'll cost it, because we have not applied fertilizer to this now. We are yet to apply fertilizer. We are yet to do the second weeding here. We are yet to do so many things. We are yet to shell. Price of diesel goes up. If you want to shell the maize now, maybe small thing, we buy diesel to power the machine. Okay, you still see our shelling today.
Sure.
You see our shelling. Sure. We show you the shelling.
Sure.
So when we shell, the cost. It's the cost that we determine. And what we are doing this year, we plowed last year for 18,000.
You plowed last
Our
year,
double plow last year was 21,000.
but now it's 60.
Our double plow now is now 60,000.
Hmm.
So imagine what the output will be like.
Hmm.
And already there is no maize in some part of the north because of the flood.
That's true. That's true. So people will depend on maize coming down from the south here, or people that doesn't even have flood at all.
Yeah.
That's that. Let's visit that place. Let's people see what we have there. Let people see what we have there.
Okay, you can see this place now. You can see this plant is drying off. We spray our herbicide here last week. That should be Saturday. Am I correct? Saturday, right? Saturday, that was where we sprayed the herbicide on this. That's our weeding. Okay. If you say we want to call those people using hand to weed for us,
you spend more than
they will not weed. They will collect money. After take half of the money, they will run away. I remember our first experience with alcohol borrower last 2 years. It was a serious thing. We couldn't weed well and they collected money. So we have to resolve the use of herbicide. You can see how neat my farm is. And this one is less than 20 days old. You can see another thing. This is another challenge we used to have. This is pest.
okay.
This is pest is eating it up. All we need to do is just that we use herbicide. When are we supposed to, bros? When are we supposed to add our herbicide to this place? Today or tomorrow? So you still have strength for that. Okay. So, what our pesticide? I mean, so to kill this pest, send the pest away from the farm.
You are doing a great job. Well done. At least now you know let hunger kill us for outside.
Hunger no go kill us
Yeah.
because of Agbado revolution.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you just spray this place now. Before you leave the farm, I want you to come back here.
Okay,
today.
to see the effect of
to
that.
See the effect. You can cover it well now.
Okay.
Before you leave the farm, I want to before.
This is before, so we want to see the after now. Let's see the effect.
In like 2 hours time, you see the effect of the herbicide on those grasses. So in some places we had like I told you, we plant some other crops that we have
like melon,
and nuts and others. We even have okra in some parts of the land. So if you want to come into the farm like this, when you are going home, you should be able to take something home.
Have you?
Or you should be able to sell some little things and that will cover your transportation when you come to the farm. That's why we have the likes of okra in the farm. You can see over there. That's just my farm. Your camera cannot cover it.
It can't get there. It can't get there.
Cannot cover it. So.
Can't get there. So thank you very much for having us on your farm today. So we'll be ending this live streaming now. So we'll go back to the normal interview. So I'm very glad for at least you take me around your farm. I'm very sure we can't get to all the, let me say, the end of the farm, but at least the one we get to, that shows you have been doing something. So the Agbado revolution is really working. So we give thanks to the federal government and also the state government for the intervention, and also the youth as well. Mr. Ashade, the youth leader for maize farmer in Lagos State. So he's really doing great. According to what he said the Lagos State government just gave them 500 hectares of land in the Korodu. You can calculate that now because we have 100 hectares of land, which is 1,500 plots now. You can see how great and how big that is. That means the
6,000.
The federal government is not joking with agriculture because they believe we still fall back to agriculture. Everybody we eat now, no matter how, even if we are talking about the fuel, you are talking about petroleum, you are talking about tourism, you still go back to agriculture.
If I eat two in my house in the morning and I decide to eat cook-out in your house in the morning, now it's the two of us.
Now we just just different pattern. Just different pattern. So thank you very much for having us on the farm. So if you are just joining us, we are on Fashola, Avia, Igborosun farm. This is 100 hectares of maize farm in Avia, Igborosun here, which was given by the federal government, or let me say the state government. So they gave them this and we have some youths working here. And according to what he said, now let me just give you the good news that he said is mobilizing 100 youths now across the Lagos state to this place now, because we need to have more youth involvement in agriculture, so which is very, very important. So we give kudos to Mr. Ashade and also the team as well, the president and everybody that is making this place work out. We give kudos to you, and also to my guy that is doing weeding there, because you know easy. Person wey go study mass com wey come here come dey do video. I know say na hustle now. Everybody go chop. But definitely we will talk to him and let's see how he has been able to mix the schooling and the this thing together. But that will be off camera now, so we are going to do that and upload later. So we really give thanks to everybody that joined us on this live. So now we will be going off the camera now, and definitely then maybe today or tomorrow you get to hear from us about what we later see on the farm. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Olumide. I'm reporting live for Voice of the Farmer. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, Matthew, I'm